Hi, do you feel you're wasting your time? You may be procrastinating. And even if you're doing a lot of things, but these things are not taking you closer to your goals, you could be wasting your time. In this video, I'm going to talk about the 80-20 rule and how you can use it in your day to day life in order to stop wasting your time. Now, what is the 80-20 rule? The 80-20 rule is also known as the Pareto principle, after its founder, Vilfredo Pareto, who first spoke about it way back in 1895. Vilfredo Pareto was studying wealth management and in Italy, and he discovered that 80% of the land was owned by just a few people, about 20% of the population. He found similar equation in some other countries as well. And it was a little later when he was working in his pea garden. That is the time he realized that 80% of the peas were contained in 20% of the pea pods. And that led to the formation of the 80-20 rule. Now you're going to ask me, what has this to do with wasting time or not? It very much has a lot to do in the way it will help you understand how to stop wasting your time. If you look at your life, you will find that just a few things, about 20% of the things that you do, are going to give you the maximum results or the 80% of the results that you need in order to come closer to your goals. So, today I'm going to explain to you in 5 steps how you can use the 80-20 rule in order to achieve your goals, in order to come closer to your dreams, in order to stop wasting your time. So, let's look at these 5 steps. Step number 1, track your time. Do you know where your time goes? Yes, you need to track your time. And how do you do that? Take a pen and a paper and start writing everything that you do, right from the time you get out of bed till the time you go to sleep. If you could do this for an entire week, you'll get an exact idea as to how you're spending your time. And if you do not have the patience to do it for a week, at least do it for 3 days. Now you have an exact idea as to where you are spending your time. Start clubbing activities. For example, you make phone calls 7 times a day. Start adding the number of minutes or hours that you spend on each of the phone calls. In that way, you will get an exact idea as to how much time you are spending on phone calls. Similarly, do it for other activities as well. So now you have an exact idea as to where you spend your time, which activity and how much time. We move on to step number 2. Identify your time wasters. So, how do you identify your time wasters? You know exactly where you are spending your time. So, is this activity related to your goal? Is it taking you closer to your goal or the things that you want to achieve in your life? If yes, keep it. If not, it is your time wasters, and you got to start doing away with it. Eliminate your time wasters from your life. Now, you're going to tell me that how can I eliminate all this? If you cannot do away with it completely, at least start minimizing it. That is your step number 2. Now we move on to step number 3, and that is write your to do list. And when do you write your to-do list? Before you go to bed the next day, for the next day. Okay? So that you're well in control of the next day. You can enjoy a good night's sleep. Your to-do list will contain those activities which are related to your goal, and of course, not your time wasters. We move on to step number 4, and that is focus on the 20%. Yes, you have them written on your to do list. Give them your sufficient time, give them your full energy and attention. That is your step number 4. Then we move on to step number 5, which is monitor your progress. You will certainly find yourself coming closer to your goal because now you are doing those activities which are related to your goals, those activities which are going to take you closer to your dreams, and you're giving it your sufficient time and energy. You're giving it your full focus and attention. And so, as you monitor, you will find yourself achieving your goals. So, use these 5 steps, in order to come closer to your goals. So, in this way, you can use the 80-20 rule in order to achieve your dreams. I'll explain these 5 steps so that you can start practicing them. Once again, I'll sum it up for you. Step number 1, yes, track where your time goes. Step number 2, identify your time wasters. Step number 3, write your to do list. Step number 4, what is step number 4? Yes, focus on the 20%. And step number 5, monitor your progress.